Hey everyone, so I'm going to make a video about my Kinky Boots experience. I haven't really done this. This is going to be my first video like this. So, yeah, we'll get to it. Okay, so I'm going to be telling you about my Kinky Boots experience. I went while Brendan Urie from Panic at the Disco was playing Charlie Price. And honestly, he was absolutely phenomenal. I mean, I'm a Panic at the Disco fan, so it was really, really good. So I especially wanted to go to see him. I bought my tickets on July 4th, 2017, and I went to see the show on July 18th, 2017. Planning it out, it was kind of hard, honestly. But, that's because my original plan was to go with my best friend, and he couldn't go anymore. So it was just, like, annoying, kind of, to try to find somebody to go with me. But I ended up going with my cousin. I'm so grateful he was able to come along with me to the show. But yeah. So the day of, I got up pretty early. I was excited for forever, honestly. Once I bought the tickets, I was so excited. So the day of, I got up very early. I couldn't sleep. I went to bed late and I woke up early. So it was just a waiting game after that, honestly. It was a very long wait for me. So I left my house around 11:30 or so, and I met up at the train station with my cousin. I live in New Jersey. He lives in New Jersey. So we tried to meet up as close as we could because he lives about an hour or two away from me. So we tried to meet up as close as we could without, like, not knowing the area. So we met up at the train station and we took I think it was like almost a 1 o'clock train into the city to New York Penn. Sorry. And then we arrived there about like 2:15 or so, which wasn't bad. Then we thought we were gonna take like Ubers or cabs or Lyfts, but we just walked. We thought it would be a lot more, because when I was looking, the theater was so far from the station. But honestly, it was not. It was like 12 blocks, and I was like, oh gosh, that's gonna go on forever and ever and ever. But surprisingly, it didn't. It went really fast, that walk. So we walked down, and we walked past the theater, and I will insert the pictures now. And then we went to eat. We got Chipotle, which was very risky considering I was so anxious and nervous, and I just felt kind of sick all day from my anxiety. But it was okay. It didn't. I was grateful for. We sat there for a little while considering we had enough time. And then we just went walking, basically. We went to Times Square, which is a little bit up the street from where the theater was. But we went to Times Square. We sat down for a little bit. And then we found this little like outdoor shopping kind of thing, flea market, I guess you could say. And we got these little like pocket necklace watches, and they're very pretty, so I'll put a picture of that. And then from there, I had wanted to go early to see Brendan walk in the theater. Like, that was on my list. I wanted to do it. And I wanted to get the limited edition shirt. So around, what was it? I said I wanted to be to the theater by like 5. So it was about 4:30, and we started to walk back towards the theater, and we got there about 5. My cousin stood in line for us, so he was at the very front of the line. Honestly, he was up front, and he stayed there while I went over to stage door. I was told by somebody on Twitter, which I'm so thankful for them, that he arrives anywhere between 5:30 and 6. So, for a 7 o'clock show, that is. I went to a 7 o'clock show. So I was just waiting there. There wasn't that many people, honestly. There was just a few waiting. It was fine then. And then we saw him pull up about 6:50 or so, I think it was. No, not 6:50. 5:50. And I quickly got a video of him walking in. If I noticed him slightly, like 2 seconds sooner, I could have been like right there, but because I didn't, like, I just barely got my camera up. So I only have like a 4 to 5 second video, honestly. It was so fast. But I was kind of behind like 2 people. So if I saw him pulling up sooner, which I kind of thought it might have been him with the car, how it went, but I didn't think anything of it, and I should have. I would have been right there, and he would have literally been right in front of me. I mean, he was pretty darn close from where I was. I was only behind one person because I didn't see. But other than that, it was a very quick exchange. So then after that, I went back to my cousin, and I tweeted at Zach, saying, "Hey Zach, I'm here. I'm in line, and I have a picture and a letter I want to give to Brendan. Could you come out?" Or something along the line of that. I don't know. I'll put a screenshot in here. And then 5 minutes later, Zach came out, and I ran over to him. He was talking to somebody, so I had to wait just a few minutes. But as soon as he came over, I was like, "Hi, Zach. Can you give this to Brendan for me?" I was like, "I have a picture and a letter for Brendan. Can you give this?" And he's like, "Sure." And he kind of looked at it, and my drawing kind of weird. I mean, it was pretty good for what I did, or what I could do. But it kind of looked kind of weird. But I'll insert a picture of that now. And then after that, I was going to get a picture with Zach, but I was shaking so much as it was. I was like, no, I need to go back to my cousin. So I went back to my cousin, and we just waited in line. And that was about another half hour, 20 minutes before they let us in to the theater. And when they let us into the theater, I basically like ran up those stairs to get to the upstairs merch stand to get that limited edition shirt. And I got it. And I also got the knee-high socks that look like the red boots. Then after that, we went to our seats. And here is the playbill. This is the playbill for my show. I mean, they look all the same. They always look all the same. Except for when there's somebody special, kind of, I guess. I don't know. Or the June ones, they have the rainbow pride flag on top where it says playbill. But I didn't go to a June show. I went to a July show, so mine's just normal, but it's still good. Here is my ticket. I wanted the actual tickets, so I spent a little bit of extra money to get them printed. Because I like having the actual tickets. I really do. Because I'll put them in a scrapbook, or I'll hang them on my mirror that I keep pictures on, or keepsakes on. So I just wanted to do that because that's something really special. And if I have it printed out on a big piece of paper, I'm going to lose it. I mean, I can lose this even more, but at least I know basically where it is and where it should be. And the show started, and I was blown away by it. I had watched the movie at least 3 times before I went to see the show, and before I actually bought my tickets. So I knew what it was about. I knew it. I knew how it went along, how the storyline went. And seeing the show brought it so much more to life. It was even more amazing than the movie. I didn't like how people who went to see the show kind of like screamed when Brendan came out on stage, but I mean, I think it happened every day and they couldn't stop it. Because that's not how a Broadway show is going to be. It's supposed to be. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to, clap or whatever. Not like, woo, screaming. But I mean, what can you do about it? So, the show went on, and it was truly amazing. Every high note Brendan had playing his role of Charlie Price, I was absolutely astonished. I knew he could do those high notes, but hearing them in person is like a completely different experience. You're like, oh my god, for real? And my jaw dropped to the floor multiple times, and my eyes went so wide. And after the show was over, I had wanted to go to Stage Door to try to actually meet him, get a picture with him and his autograph. But, my cousin needed to use the bathroom, so everybody started exiting out before us because I had to wait. So we decided not to. And as I was waiting, I started to get like a little panic attack too, because of people kind of like pushing past, being so close to me on both sides. So it wasn't good. So we just decided to leave, and we were tired, especially me, since I was up at 6 a.m. and it was almost 10 p.m. by this time. So we just walked back. We started heading back towards Penn Station, and we got some pizza on the way back because we were kind of hungry. And there was this really weird guy who kept like going around asking people for money, and I didn't notice him, and I'm thankful my cousin did, because I had walked over to him with some cash in my hand, and he forcefully put it into my wallet for me because this guy was walking around asking people for extra money. And after that, I kept my bag in front of me because I didn't want him to go in my bag because I didn't know what would happen. And as we're standing there eating our pizza, he comes pretty darn close to me. He's standing right behind me and he's watching. So my cousin finally was like, "Do you want to just walk and eat?" And I was like, "Sure. I know he's there. I don't feel comfortable." So we just started walking back to the station, and we got there, and we still had time to spare. We had about, I don't know, half an hour. Everything's closed by that time in the station, basically. So we just sat around, and we started getting so tired. So we had to go get some iced coffee, and then we found our train. We almost missed it because we went down the wrong way for the platform or for the track, but we found it and we got on the right train and we went home. It was about over an hour long ride, and yeah, then we made it home. I made it home a little after midnight or so, and that was that. So, that was my story of Kinky Boots. I hope you like it. Yeah, this is my first video like this. I hope it's okay. I know it probably looks like crap. I look like crap. I'm sorry, but I'm trying. So, see you next time.